Hello everyone, welcome to your math class. Today in maths, we are going to start with our learner book, page number 10. So in page number 10, we are going to study about number lines, two-digit numbers on number line. First of all, we are going to discuss about what is number line and how can we make the number line and how can we understand or write two-digit numbers on number line? Introduction to before we start our lesson about the number lines, we should know what is number line. A line that is made between a certain numbers from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is a number line which helps us for adding the numbers or subtracting different kinds of numbers. So before we start, here is the one example. Rounding 56 to the nearest 10. How can we round 56 to the nearest 10? You know, these are multiples of 10, or you can say decade numbers. So we are going to count in tens. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and so on. 70, 80, 90, 100. So these are called tens from 10 to 60. So here we are going to find the place for 56. So now I'm going to tell you about a number line. You can see on your screen the number line from 0 to 100. So 56, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. So you have to see, first of all, first number. In rounding to tens, you have to see the tens. You cannot see the ones, okay? So what you are going to do, you are going to see only the tens. So 56, where it is going to be 56, it will come between, will it come between 10 or 20, 30 or 40, or 50 to 60? So what we are going to do, we are going to round it between 50 and 60. If the number ones are more than 5, we are going to round it to the next number. If it is less than 5, we are going to round it backward. So you can see here, where is 56? 56 comes after 55 and before 57. So what we are going to do here, so you have to round it to 60 because it is a number that is bigger than 55 and it is near to 60. So what we are going to do, we are going to round it to 60. Rounding 34 to nearest 10. Where 34 comes, 34, you can see in the tens, 34 is going to come between 30 and 40. 34. You know what is the midpoint of 30 and 40? 35. So 34 is less than 35. So what will be the nearest 10 to 34? It is going to be 30. What is going, it's rounding to 10 is going to be 30. Why? Because it is less than midpoint. It is less than a midpoint. If it is more than a midpoint, we have studied midpoints, boys. In our previous lessons, I have taught you that how can we find midpoints and what are midpoints for. So when we are rounding a number, first of all, we are going to see the number carefully where it stands, whether it is less than a midpoint or it is more than a midpoint. Okay, if it is less than a midpoint, we are going to take the 10 that is before that. Okay, if it is more than midpoint, like it is 34, 34 is less than 35. It is less than the midpoint between 30 and 40. So we are going to count backward and put it in 30s here. If the number was 37, or we can say the number is 36, 38. So these numbers are more than a midpoint. What is midpoint between 30 and 40? Midpoint between 30 and 40 equals 35. So the number we were rounding is 34. Okay, so 34 is less than the midpoint between 30 and 40. So we are going to round it to 30. Okay, if it is more than, if it is more than midpoint like 37, 36, 38, so we are going to round it to 40. Why? Because it is near to 40. It is not near to 30, it is near to 40 because it is more than midpoint. Okay, these numbers are more than midpoint. That's why we are going to round them to the next 10. Okay, I hope you understand. We are going to solve further questions so that if you have any confusion, you can do it. Okay, where is number going to be in number line? So let's find out. Here on your page number 10 of your learner's book, there is a one number line which is not correct. Okay, which is not correct. Why it is not correct? First of all, number 18. 18 is less than 20. It means it will come before 20. Okay, it will come before 20. So the place of 18 is going to be here somewhere. Here it is wrong. The place of 18 here is wrong. It will be before 20. Yes, when we are going to round it to the nearest 10, 18 is going to come 20 because it is more than the midpoint between 10 and 20. What is the midpoint between 10 and 20? 15, obviously. So 18 is more than 15. So when we are going to round it, it will come 20. But it will not come more than 20. Here they put in the number line between 20 and 30, which is wrong. Okay, next. Next word is 45. 45. So they put it between 30 and 40. No, 45 means it should be between 40 and 50. So 45 is the midpoint between 40 and 50. So what we are going to do, we are going to place it in between 40 and 50. When we are rounding the 45, what will become 45? When we are going to round it to the nearest 10, it will be 50. Why it will be 50? Because it is a midpoint between 40 and 50. And I have told you people, if the number is midpoint or more than midpoint, we are going to take next 10, okay? If it is less than midpoint, then we are going to take the last 10. Okay, moving on to the next. Next, the number is 95. So the 95 cannot be between 50 and 60. So it is also wrong. Where it will be? It will be between 90 and 100. So where is the place of this? It will be here. So when we are rounding 95, it will be 100. Why? Because it is the midpoint between 80 and 90. Between 90 and 100, sorry. It is a midpoint between 90 and 100. And it is the midpoint. So we are going to take next 10. Okay. The next number is 79. 60 and 70. No, it is more than 70 and it is more than 60, more than 70. So its place will not be here. Where we are going to take it, we are going to put it between 70 and 80. So when we are rounding 79, so 79, what is the midpoint between 70 and 80? 75. And 79 is more than the midpoint. So when we will round it off, we are going to make it 80 tens. Understand, boys? Okay, moving on. Choose a number 46. 46, boys. So where are you going to place 46? First of all, I'm going to choose the place for 46, and then I'm going to round it to the nearest 10. Okay, let's find the place first. 46 will be between 40 and 50. It will be here. Okay, so when we are rounding 46, what will be our answer? First of all, we are going to see the midpoint between 40 and 50. The midpoint between 40 and 50 is 45. 46 is more than 45. So we are going to take the next 10. So when we want to make it 10, rounding it to the nearest 10, it will be 50. Draw different number lines to find place of these numbers. So here are some words, boys, some numbers, sorry. 95, 84, 63, 45, 57, 27, 15, and 33. What is the question? See the question. Draw different number line. For all these, you have to make different number line, not one. You are not going to make a number line between 0 to 100 and place all these values there. No. What you are going to do, if it is 95, you are going to make a number line starting from 90 to 100. And you are going to count them in ones, then you are going to, first of all, just find the place of these numbers and then round it off to the nearest 10. 84, it will be between 80 and 90. 63, between 60 and 70. 45, between 40 and 50. 57, between 50 and 60. 27, between 20 and 30. 15. What about 15, boys? It's going to be between 10 and 20. And the last number is 33. So 33 is going to be between 30 and 40. So guys, these numbers are your task that you are going to draw a number line and then you are going to round it to nearest 10. This is your task for the class. Take care and complete it. Those who will finish, they are going to raise their hands so I can check with them.